I'm going to say Joel on his own is an absolutely fabulous human being. And he's no longer on his own. And in fact, I don't think of Joel as a single person any longer. I think of him as Joel and Ava, or Joel and Eva, Eva and Joel, and they are a totally sort of complementary couple. They're so good together, you know, it just oozes out of them that they're so right. And that amazing thing that they met in Thailand, where Eva had come over from Germany and Joel had come over from Australia, and they just happened to be there in Thailand at the same time, and they met up, and it was good, and it's become what it is today. And I think that's a huge achievement and a wonderful synchronicity about life overall. So I'm really, really proud of both of them. And 90% of what's happened today is Joel and Ava getting it already. So I think they deserve a very big clap if you can, or cheer if you can't. Okay, now enough of me. I'm going to hand you over to Joel. Maybe... Oh, I'll do a toast. Okay. I would like to propose a toast to... It's not the bride and groom. No, not the bride and groom. It's to Joel and Eva. To Joel and Eva. Hey! Over to Joel. Thank you.
Thanks, Dad. I don't actually have a lot to say. I was actually, if you don't know, I was in India on Wednesday. I just got back, and on the plane home, I decided I might try and write a little speech to say a few things, and I started on one page and wrote a little bit, and then I was like, oh no, this is too corny. And turned it over and I wrote a little bit more, and then I was like, oh no, this is a bit rubbish as well. So I'll just try and use a few little points from those two things, and say a little bit. I just when I first saw Eva, actually, it was at a little boat port, and I was with Michael, who had been travelling for a while together, and we were waiting at the port to get on the boat, and Eva and her friend turned up, and at that point I would have had no idea that we'd be here now in this situation. At the time I did think, oh, there's a very pretty girl there.
Warning.
And
nice save, John.
Just to tell you a little bit of background of what happened, just so if you don't know. We chatted a little bit on the boat. Actually, her friend was the one who first started talking to Michael and I, and we chatted a little bit on the boat over, and we were both going to the same beach, so we decided to take the same taxi over. And when we got there, we had to look for accommodation, and I waited with Eva's friend, and Michael and Eva went off to find some accommodation, and things could actually be very different. But no, I was quite sure that Michael wasn't in the same boat as me when he came back, and he said, oh, that girl, man, far out, she's a ticket, like, she's so picky, like, she wouldn't take any room, she'd go into there and then, no, this won't do. I was like, okay, we'll see. But we spent a bit of time together in Thailand on the beaches and just chilling out, and Michael and I, who were seasoned travellers of Asia at the time, told them about, we'd been there for a month or two, and they were just there for 2 weeks, and we told them about their hostels, the hostel back in Bangkok it was basically our home at that time, and we said our goodbyes after about 3 or 4 days, and they went off to Cambodia, and we went off somewhere else, possibly Vietnam. No, maybe we stayed there. No, we stayed there. And we ended up back in Bangkok and back at our favourite hostel, and lo and behold, Eva and her friend were also there for their last night. And we actually, Eva and I spent a bit of time together on the rooftop of that place, having a nice little chat, and actually I found it really good, and I thought Eva was a great girl. It was only a chat, and when
Surely it's not.
when time came to part, I actually thought, like, should I actually kiss this girl now? And I actually decided to hold back for a few reasons, and I'm actually really glad that I did, because I think that that sort of, it made it a lot more special that then after she was back at home and I was back at home, and we started chatting quite a lot, that our friendship grew before we'd wrecked it with anything, just a little kiss in Thailand, and it could have all been over, and we couldn't have been here today. So yeah, we started chatting, and then I went to India and decided to go see her in Germany, and it all started there, and now we're here today. So that's a little story of us. But just want to say, Eva, that I love you a lot, and I'm looking forward to spending the rest of my life with you. And thanks everyone for coming, and thanks Mum and Dad and everyone for helping out with everything. It's been really good. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for coming.
And there's a cake in there that needs... There's baked apple and whatnot, who knows what. But there's cake in there that needs cutting and eating, and it says Joel and Eva on it with a nice heart. We haven't finished yet.
You've got to get this name right, isn't it?
It's Eva.
It is Eva.
Well, actually, it's Eva. Eva's got. There's no more confusion.
Cool.